Hi there! Welcome to our new series on JSC Mathematics. I'm looking forward to it because I'm told we're having pi. As a lesson objective, we will find out where the constant pi in mathematics comes from. And we will learn how to apply this value to do calculations relating to a circle. In order to do this, we have to understand what pi is. This will enable us to use a formula to calculate the area and circumference of a circle. This series of 5 lessons is on the topic of mensuration. That is not a medical term and has nothing to do with your girlfriend's moods, but rather, mensuration is the study of measuring geometric quantities or shapes. Today's shape is the circle. I wonder if there's any similarity between this pi and the mathematical pi. Pi is the name given to the ratio of the circumference of a circle to the diameter. This means that for any circle, you can divide the circumference, the distance around the circle, by the diameter. You will always get the exact same number. This is the same as asking how many times can the diameter fit into the circumference, or how many times can a diameter fit around a circle. It doesn't matter how big or small the circle is, pi remains the same. Pi is often written using this symbol, which is the letter P in Greek. It is called pi because this is the first letter of the Greek word perimetros, or perimeter, meaning the outside border. The circumference of a circle is slightly more than 3 times as long as the diameter. Well, the exact number is called pi. Pi is a number roughly equal to 3.14. In other words, 3 and a little bit. We say roughly because pi is an irrational number. This means that when you write pi as a decimal, it goes on forever, never ending, and never repeating itself. Imagine that! But trying to calculate all the digits of pi seems to have been a fascination for mathematicians throughout history. Some people spent their lives calculating the digits of pi, but until computers were developed, we could not even calculate 1,000 digits for pi. In the 20th and 21st centuries, mathematicians and computer scientists discovered that with the use of supercomputers, the decimal value of pi could be extended to more and more decimal places. The digits of pi go on, and there is no pattern to the digits. Do you know, late in 2013, computers calculated the value of pi to over 13 trillion digits. Accurate scientific applications generally need only about 40 digits of pi. So the only reason they continue to calculate the exact value of pi is the human desire to break records. Now you know enough about pi. Pi, with a value of 3.14, is used in many formulae in geometry, especially those concerning circles, ellipses, or spheres. Oh yes, I still wanted to tell you this. The first 9 digits of pi are 3.14159265. This value is also often used. If you find it hard to remember 3.14159265, somebody made this sentence which helps. The sentence is, may I have a large container of butter today? May has 3 letters, I has 1 letter, and so on. If you remember the sentence, may I have a large container of butter today, then you just count the number of letters in the words, and you have 314159265. But again, in most cases, just 3.14 is enough up to grade 10.
have to do in maths? And what does this pie has to do with your homework?
Don't worry, Mom. We're just gonna eat it.
But we thought it would be interesting if we could measure the circumference and area of this pie first, because it is a circle, you see?
Nope, I still don't understand. But I don't understand teenagers in general. If it's a pie that you want to eat, then here are the plates.
Don't mind us, Ansel. It's just something we're learning at the moment in maths. It's to do with measuring circles. See, this moss is the circumference of the plate, this circle, ne? There are two things about this circle we can measure: the circumference or distance all around, and the diameter, the straight cut through the center of the circle.
And the pie?
Ismos also a circle. In school, we are learning how to use the measurements of a diameter and circumference of any circle to work out, let's say, the area.
Does it have to be a pie?
No, Ansel. It can be a cake, a frisbee, a CD, anything that is round.
But it helps to use a pie when working out the circumference and area of a circle, because pi is a number used in mathematics for working out circle calculations.
I see.
There's even a formula one can use to work out the area inside a circle, like if you wanted to put icing on a cake. Let's say, Mom, that you walk around a circle which has a diameter of 100 meters. How far would you have to walk?
I think if I walked around that circle, I'll just have to count my steps.
Ach nee man, Mom. Don't be so doof. You can just use the formula which includes pi. Sorry, Mom. Pi is defined as the ratio of a circle's circumference, c, to its diameter, d. This gives the formula pi equals c. Circumference over d. Diameter. So, if you walk around a circle which has a diameter of 100 meters, the distance is the circumference, and the formula would now be distance walked or the circumference is equal to pi times the diameter. Pi is a fixed value that we use to calculate the circumference and area of circles. So, if the formula is pi is equal to circumference over diameter, then the circumference is equal to pi times the diameter. The diameter is given, it's 100 meters. Pi is also known because it is a constant value of 3.14. So, we multiply 3.14 by 100 meters, and then we find that the circumference we walked around the circle is 314 meters, rounded off to the nearest meter.
Now I see. That's much quicker than walking and counting.
Viewers, are you with us so far? Pi works like this. If you draw a circle with a radius of 1, this would be like one side of a slice of pizza or pie. Then the distance halfway around the edge of the circle will be 3.14159265, a number known as pi. Or we could draw a circle with a diameter of 1. Then the circumference, the distance all the way around the edge of the circle, will be pi. This is why we say that pi is the ratio of the circumference to the diameter of a circle. When you divide the circumference by the diameter of any circle, you will get an answer something like 3.14 every time. From there, it is just a matter of applying the formula. To find the pi of any circle for yourself, this is what you can do. Draw a circle or use something circular like a plate or a pot, then measure around the edge. This is the circumference. I measured this plate and found the circumference, the distance around the circle, to be 82 centimeters. Next, we measure across the middle of the circle. This is the diameter. I measured 26 centimeters. Now, we simply use the formula for pi and divide the circumference by diameter, or 82 centimeters divided by 26 centimeters. I get an answer of 3.1538. That is pretty close to pi. Maybe if I measured it more accurately, I would get even closer to 3.14. What do you think?
Do you have everything we need?
Yes, I've got the paper, the ruler, pencil, compass, string, and a calculator.
Good. Did you print out the instructions?
Here, did you bring the printout from the website?
Yes, here it is. Okay. They say we have to draw 2 circles with different diameters. Let's do that. Where is the compass?
Over here. Okay, I'll draw the first circle. Let's take a circle with the diameter of 6 centimeters. That means the radius is 3 centimeters. The radius is half the diameter.
Good. And now we measure the circumference with this string. We must lay the string around the edge of the circle to measure the full distance. We are actually measuring the distance around the circle that is called the circumference.
I'll do it. Now we can straighten out the piece of string and measure the distance. It looks like 19 centimeters, right?
Looks correct. Yes. What's the next step?
Now we must do the calculation to find pi.
But we know what pi is. It's always the same for any size circle. Pi is 3.14.
Yes, of course it is. This is just a demonstration to prove that, Ben. We are using the formula pi is equal to circumference over diameter. It's just nice to work out pi for ourselves.
Oh, all right then. Pi is the ratio of the circumference of a circle to the diameter of the circle. The calculation we should do is the circumference divided by the diameter.
Yes, pi is equal to the circumference divided by the diameter, which means in this case 19 divided by 6. I'll do it on the calculator. And the answer is 3.166, etc. But the value of pi is 3.14. Why didn't we get that answer?
This must be the human error that our teacher spoke about. It is very difficult to measure the exact distance around the circle by using the string, and maybe we made a small mistake.
You know what? The next time I score low on my maths test, I'll tell the teacher it was a human error.
We can test it, remember, with the real value of pi, 3.14, we can calculate what the length of the circumference should really be. If we don't get the same circumference as we measured the circumference of the circle, we will know the error. It won't be with the calculation, but with the measuring.
All right then, because we know the value of pi, we should find a more accurate distance around the circle. To find pi, we have circumference over diameter. But if we use the known pi value, we can find the circumference by multiplying pi by the diameter, which we also know it is 6 centimeters. If we take the calculator value of pi 3.14159265, the circumference is 18.8495559216.
Wow! When you measured it, you got 19 centimeters. And when you worked it out with the calculator using pi, you also get 19 if you round off 18.8495559216 to the nearest whole number. That is so cool. Your measurement was not so bad after all, Sally.
Wow! I was worried that our investigation would be a flop, but it's not. Let's draw another circle, but a little bit bigger. I remember something about bigger constructions being more accurate.
Okay. For this one, we'll use a diameter of 20 centimeters. So the radius will be 10 centimeters. There it is. Let's use your mom's tape measure this time. It is firmer than the string. Looks like 63 centimeters. But there could be a human error. I will admit that. It might be slightly less, 62.9 centimeters, maybe.
Okay, let's now do the calculation. Here is the calculator.
Pi is circumference divided by diameter. Circumference is 63 centimeters. Divided by, what was it again, Sally?
Diameter is 20 centimeters. 63 divided by 20.
I get 3.15 centimeters. Well, that is even closer than the first time. But pi is supposed to be 3.14. So there was indeed a small measurement error.
Yes, but it's quite close to the real pi. Let's calculate the real distance and see how close you were, Ben.
Okay, so with the calculator value of pi, once again we have pi equals circumference over diameter. So circumference equals pi times the diameter of 20 centimeters. Pi times 20 comes to 62.83185307 centimeters. So the length I mentioned of 62.9 would have been perfect, but was still only out by 1 millimeter.
Not bad, Ben. Well done.
Thank you. Now I think we're ready for more of those examples Miss Winter gave us.
This one reads, the radius of a circle is 7 centimeters. Find the circumference of the circle. Let me draw a quick sketch. That always helps.
Easy as, well, pi.
That's where the saying comes from.
Yes, we just multiply the radius by 2 and that will give us the diameter.
That's right. And the formula will be 2 times radius times pi. Let me quickly calculate it. I will use the calculator value of pi, and the answer is a circumference of 43.9822971504.
Yes, but there are too many numbers at the end. We can't give all those decimals. How do we round it off?
We round off to 1 decimal place. So the final answer will not be 43.9822971504, but 44.0 centimeters.
Great! It's quite straightforward, isn't it, Sally?
Yes, it is, Ben. We can now do the calculation where we work out the area of a circle.
The formula to calculate the area of a circle is pi times radius squared. Let's use the same radius as in the previous example. It was a radius of 7. Yes, that's good enough. I'll do the calculation using the calculator value of pi and multiply it by 7 squared. The answer is 153.93804.
We can round it off to 1 decimal place, and it will be 153.9 centimeters squared.
So easy when you know the formula to use. There's just one more, Sally, hey?
Yes. We have to be able to find the radius of a circle if either the circumference or the area is given. The circumference is 100 centimeters. Give the answer to 1 decimal place.
Okay, so we divide the circumference by pi. 100 divided by the calculator value of pi is 31.8309886183. But that is the diameter. To find the radius, we must still divide it by 2.
Yes, and then the radius is 15.9.
Oh, here is one more.
No problem. Let's quickly do it. We've got this all sorted.
Good. In this last example, we're given the area, and from that we must calculate the radius. The area given is 59.3 centimeters squared. To find the radius, we must divide 59.3 by pi. That will give us 18.87577625. But that answer is not the radius. This is the radius squared. So we must still find the square root of that number. The answer will be 4.3 to 1 decimal place.
Wow, I really get this. Time flew.
I agree. Let's just make sure we have done all the instructions Miss Winter gave us. And then tea time and that pie.
Well, viewers, I hope you also followed the lesson easily. Let's just recap what Sally, Ben, and all of us have learned today. The value of pi is a fixed value that was discovered by mathematicians. We use it to calculate the circumference and the area of any circle. The value is the ratio of the circumference of any circle to the diameter of the circle. During the investigation, you saw that Sally and Ben drew circles with different diameters and then measured the circumference. But the answer was always 3 point something, which is an estimation of pi. We have to allow for human error. So, to find the circumference of any circle, the formula is pi times diameter, or if the radius is given, 2 times pi times the radius. For the area, we have to square the radius and then multiply by pi. In each example, you saw that Sally and Ben used the calculator value of pi. By using the calculator value, your answer will be more accurate. Pi is an irrational number, which means the value of pi has to be rounded off if we use it in calculations. And remember that an irrational number cannot be written as a fraction with a over b, where a and b are integers. Pi is an infinite, non-recurring decimal fraction. Here is our SMS competition question for today. As usual, first, the rules. You SMS to the number 5003. In the message box under the number, write down the keyword for today's program. And this is the word circle. So you SMS circle followed by the correct option A, B, or C. Here is the question, and remember, choose only one answer. The question is, the formula to calculate the area of a circle is A, 2 times pi times r squared, B, pi times r squared, or C, 2 times pi times r. Thank you for watching today, and please join me again tomorrow for another lesson in measuring and calculating geometric quantities. Until then, ciao!